Have you ever stopped to think about what our world is going to look and feel like, just a couple years from now? Well, today, we're not just gazing at the horizon. We're diving deep into the technologies that are already building the world of 2026. So let's get right into it.
So really, what is 2026 going to feel like? Here's the thing. It's not about one single magical invention. Not at all. It's about a whole ecosystem of innovation where all these different technologies start to merge and amplify each other. It's creating a future that's shaped by
AI that doesn't just sit there waiting for us to tell it what to do, but actually takes initiative and acts on our behalf.
Wireless speeds that honestly sound like science fiction today. We're talking fast enough to download an entire high-def movie in the blink of an eye.
and quantum computers that are finally moving out of the theoretical lab and into the real world of practical problem solving. Now, these are the powerful threads we're going to be weaving together over the next few minutes.
All right, first up, let's talk about your new coworker, AI. Seriously, by 2026, the single biggest shift you're going to see is AI moving beyond being just a simple tool to becoming a genuine collaborator in our work, in our creative projects, in pretty much everything.
And this big evolution, it's got a name, Generative AI 2.0. Now, unlike the earlier models that were kind of stuck with just text or just images, this next wave can handle all of it. Text, images, audio, video, even code, all in one single workflow. But the real game changer here is its ability to use real-time data. That's what transforms it from just a content creator into a dynamic, problem-solving partner. And this is where something called agentic AI comes into play. This is an AI that can act on its own. So you give it a goal, right? And it doesn't just wait for your next command. Nope. It understands the objective, it plans all the necessary steps, it goes ahead and executes them. We're talking coding a website, debugging software, and then it even verifies its own work. It's incredible. This capability is leading to a really profound shift. And this quote just nails it. As these new AI-native development platforms, powered by their own dedicated AI supercomputers, become more and more common, they're going to handle all the tedious work. This completely changes the role of a programmer from someone who writes every single line of code to someone who supervises the AI's output.
And it doesn't stop with just one AI either. We're now seeing the rise of what are called multi-agent systems. So instead of having one AI genius working on a task, just imagine an entire team of specialized AIs. They can actually communicate with each other, divide up the work, and manage a complete workflow from start to finish, just like a human team would.
Of course, with all this incredible power comes huge responsibility, and governments are moving fast. I mean, look at this timeline. Major legal frameworks started popping up back in 2023. By the time we hit 2026, AI governance isn't going to be some theoretical debate anymore. It's going to be a global reality that shapes exactly how these technologies are used.
Okay, but for all this amazing AI to even work, it needs an incredibly powerful and secure foundation. This is the stuff that works behind the scenes, the invisible infrastructure, the digital bedrock that makes this entire AI era possible. 100 gigabits per second. Just let that sink in. That's the experimental speed that's already been hit in 6G research labs. So while we're all getting used to 5G, the groundwork for this next massive leap in connectivity is already well underway. This is what's going to enable near-instant data for everything from AI to augmented reality.
Now, with more data moving faster than ever, security has to evolve too. For a long time, we were just reacting to attacks after they happened. Then we moved to proactively defending against them. But by 2026, the goal is preemptive AI security. We're talking about systems that can spot and neutralize threats as they are forming, before they can do any damage at all.
And a huge piece of that secure future is something called confidential computing. The best way to think about it is like a locked, armored van for your data. It means your data stays encrypted, not just when it's sitting on a server or being sent across the internet, but even while it's actively being used. For sensitive industries like healthcare and finance, this is a massive, massive step forward for privacy. And finally, in our infrastructure section, there's quantum computing. Its journey has been a long one, but by 2026, the focus isn't just on raw power anymore. The really hard work is now on making these systems reliable and correcting for errors. And that is the absolutely essential step to making them actually useful for solving some of the world's toughest problems.
So we have this brilliant AI and this powerful hidden infrastructure. But what does it all mean for our day-to-day lives? Let's take a look at how all this new tech is actually upgrading the world all around us.
Okay, one of the biggest changes is who gets to create software. The research firm Gartner estimates that a staggering 75% of new business apps will be built using low-code or even no-code platforms. This is huge. It basically democratizes innovation, letting people who don't have traditional programming skills build the tools they need to solve their own problems.
In areas like healthcare and agriculture, the impact gets even more personal. Biotechnology, which is now being supercharged by AI, is leading to breakthroughs that affect every single one of us. Things like detecting diseases way earlier, growing our food more efficiently, and dramatically speeding up the development of new, customized medical treatments.
And this intelligence is also being embedded into the stuff we use every day. Just imagine mirrors that show you the news and weather, laptops with multiple built-in screens for crazy productivity, smart beds that track how well you're sleeping, and lightweight glasses that give you directions without you ever having to look down at your phone.
Yeah, those smart glasses bring us to what's called the reality spectrum, where VR and AR are moving way beyond just gaming. VR is becoming this incredibly powerful tool for professional training and remote collaboration. Meanwhile, AR is starting to overlay useful information, like navigation or live captions, right onto our view of the real world.
So what about our cars? Well, while fully self-driving cars for everybody are probably still a little ways off, the most significant progress by 2026 is going to be in semi-autonomous features. Think about cars that can park themselves or handle all the steering on the highway while you supervise. These assistive systems are making driving safer and way less stressful, one feature at a time.
So what's the big picture here? The key thing to take away from all of this is that none of these trends exist in a bubble. They're all converging, that agentic AI needs 6G speeds to function. Those smart devices rely on that secure infrastructure, and biotechnology is using AI to make new discoveries. It's all connected. Which leads us to our final question. The technology, the infrastructure, the tools, they are all going through this radical transformation. They're getting more intelligent, more connected, and more capable than we ever imagined. So, the real question is, are we ready to adapt and change right along with them?